group of people wanted to belong, the door of a door, a legacy that has been passed along. And so these families began to build their dream, the sacred Jewish home of Chalutzim.
Guided by our past, we learn and teach and grow our tree of life, Tikkun Olam. We're not afraid to stand for what is right, planting the seeds to build a strong identity, loving kindness, justice, and community. I am Sinai, welcoming, loving Sinai, roots and tradition for the Jewish life's our mission, a shining light for me. That's why I'm Sinai, growing together, Sinai, found my connection. We're more than a congregation, we're a family. Standing here today, we know the journey's only just begun. Ani ve'ata, we build our future here with everyone. Join us to celebrate what's been and what will be. Together we'll make Jewish memories. I am Sinai, welcoming, loving Sinai, roots and tradition for the Jewish life's our mission, a shining light for me. That is why I'm Sinai, growing together,
Shabbat Shalom. It is so nice to see all of you here. For those of you who are online, it's a little hard for you to see, but the entire, well, we call it the right side of the sanctuary has everybody, and there is literally nobody sitting on the left side of the sanctuary.
What are you trying to mean here?
I have no answer to, I'd like to say that that's a political statement. I'd like to say it is a vote of confidence in me, but not the cantor. I can't say that. All I can say is it is a rather funny look to the sanctuary, which has lots of people on this side. Okay, and there it is. Thank you, Mordecai and Esther Fince, for crossing the divide and
there is
and
no
moving over.
mechitza here.
Okay, we are ready. Now we can feel like we're in balance, and if not, we have Shabbat to give us a collective, deep breath, a big cleansing breath that says everything that happened this week is over, or at least we can hang it on a hook outside and leave it for Sunday. So we begin our services page 128. 128, Yaribom, God, sovereign of the world, you are the ruler above all rulers.
Dibra holna vesha Idin kadishin Bumnei enasha Hey vatara Gefei shemaya Ya ribonaram Wey almaya Ya ribonaram Wey almaya Antu malkam Melech malchaya Rabbi Momdai, Wetaki Fin, Mahir Maya, Vesaki Gefifin, Louis Hie, Vashin Alefin, Lion Geburtech, Bechush Banaya together, Yari Bonalan, We Almaya, Yari Bonalan, We
Each of us enters this moment with a different need. Some hearts are full of peace and gratitude, overflowing with love and joy. They are eager to confront the day, to to make the world a better place. They're recovering from illness or having escaped misfortune, and we rejoice with them. Some hearts ache with sorrow. Disappointments weigh heavily on them. Families have been broken. Loved ones lie on a bed of pain. Death has taken a cherished loved one. May our presence and caring bring them comfort. Some hearts are embittered. Ideals are betrayed and mocked. Answers sought in vain. Life has lost its meaning and value. May the knowledge that we too are searching restore our hope and renew our faith. Page 131, Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz, sing unto God, all the earth, a new song.
יעלו שדי וכל אשר פה, אז ירדנו כל הצייר. לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק בעמים באמונתו.
Lecha Dode, page 138.
Lecha Dode לקראת קלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. Lecha Dode לקראת קלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
שמור וזכור לדיבורך, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, בשם ולתפארת ולהילה.
Lecha Dode לקראת קלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. Lecha Dode לקראת קלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת וכוון אלך, כי היא מקור הברכה. בראש מקדם נסוכה, זאת מעשה ומחשבת
Yalalai, 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 Shabbat, Kabbalat, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kabbalat, Yalalai, 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 Shabbat, Kabbalat, Hitoreri, Hitoreri, Kiva Oreku Miuri, Uri Uri, Chilaberi, Kivod Adonai, Alai Higla, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Yalanai, 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 Shabbat, we rise, we turn to the door, we welcome the Shabbat bride.
בואי בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי כלה, בואי הלאה.
Dodi Likrat Kala, Yalalai, 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 Pnei
Shabbat,
Kabbalat, Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala, Yalalai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, May be seated. It's always nice when your kids come home. And this weekend, the Litwaks get 2 out of 3, one of whom even showed up at services tonight. So we're going to invite Naomi Litwak to come and light our Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake?
We rise for Baruch Hu.
La 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 la, 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 la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Le'olam
listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Page 148. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
Baruch atah Adonai amari v'arabim.
Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
May be seated.
Can we invite, Rabbi, can we invite Fernando Asael?
Oh, we can absolutely
If he
invite
wants,
Fernando
Can we
Asael.
impose on you, Fernando, to come and do the Shema? The
We
day
can,
after?
absolutely.
The day after.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Amen. Thank you. Michamocha, page 158.
Malchutecha, Raha uvadech.
יעקב, וגאה לו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, העל ישראל. The bottom of the next page, on page 160, we conclude this beautiful prayer, Hashkivenu, with the following words. We say, spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads your canopy of peace, the Sukkot Shlomecha, over us, over your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Hapores Sukkot Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim, Amen. Ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Baruch atah Adonai, Hapores Sukkot Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al Yerushalayim. Amen.
The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat in every generation as a covenant for all time. It is a sign forever between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days the eternal God made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from labor and rested.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We rise for Amidah, page 164.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מקלקל חיים בחסד, מחייך כל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ברופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממיד ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
May be seated. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Praise be Adonai for Shabbat and its holiness.
Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat.
Find favor, Adonai, our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer with love. May the worship of your people always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your Spirit upon us. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion.
Baruch atah Adonai, המחזיר שכינתו לציון.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulechanai lehodot. Shalom ra'av al Yisrael amcha, tasim le'olam. 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 Ki ata umelech Adonai, השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדום, לכל השלום, שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם, שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם, וטוב עיניך לברך את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם, שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם.
Before we take a moment for silent personal prayer, we think about our friends and neighbors, members of our community, members of our own family who are in need of a blessing of healing, healing of the body, healing of the spirit. On this Shabbat, we are especially thinking about Marilyn Beaumont, Osvaldo Barraza, Zelma Berger, Elliot Citron, Eliyahu Ben Reuven, Vimiriam, Elka Rock, Rita Gold, Marion Gordon, Ed Johns, Mindy Elizabeth Jones, Susan Jones, Dixie Lampert, Jack Lieb, Shoshana Dora Batchava, Barry Sugar, Nancy Simon, Murray Swift, Ruvain Ben Zelig, Vatsivia Halevi, Aryeh Tzvi Ben Sora, Kevin Webb, Peter Wells, and Sarah Wolf. Mishaberach Avatenu Abraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech v'Yirapeh et Cholim Kodesh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachamim Alehem L'Hachlimam L'Rapotam L'Hachazikam L'Hachiotam V'Yishlach Bimheira Refuah Shlema, complete healing, Refuat Nefesh, healing of the soul, Refuat Guf, healing of the body, B'toch Shar Cholei Yisrael Hashtaba Agalav Vizman Kariv and Omar. We say Amen. Take a moment for silent personal prayer.
May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, for all Israel, for all who inhabit the earth. On page 180, we conclude the Amidah with words of peace. Oseh shalom bimromav. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleichem. ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן יעשה שלום שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל 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 יעשה שלום שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Ugh. Am I really talking about anti-Semitism again? Yes. I was with a very old friend this afternoon having lunch, and I said, for the first 20 years of my rabbinate, I think I spoke about anti-Semitism maybe twice. Right? For the fourth time since beginning 5783, I am talking about anti-Semitism. As my colleague and our teacher, Rabbi Jeff Salkin, teaches, anti-Semitism is the chronic fatigue system of history, an infection that is there, that remains dormant within the body, and given the proper conditions and given the failure of society's immune system, it always reappears. But what can I say that is different from what we have spoken about the other 3 times since the beginning of the year? While we can decree its appearance and its growing presence in American and world society, I think we need to talk about what we have done and what we should do about it. And for this, I turn to my teacher, Yehuda Kurtzer, the president of Shalom Hartman Institute of North America. What I am going to share with you are largely Yehuda's words, which he published in an opinion piece in the Jewish Telegraphic Agency. In the article, he lays out a series of tactics that the American Jewish community has employed over the years. And he suggests that most are ineffective and do not constitute a meaningful strategy, either individually or in a composite. The first tactic is when American Jews join in a partisan chorus that fixates on the anti-Semitism of a particular political party, which you did not vote for. All of this does is exacerbate the partisan divide, which weakens democratic culture and turns the weaponizing of anti-Semitism into merely a partisan electoral tactic. The second that he describes comes from a wide set of organizations who monitor anti-Semitism and take to the airwaves to name and shame anti-Semites. The problem with that is that it seems to amplify and popularize anti-Semitism more than it does to suppress it. A third common tactic is to pour more and more money into protecting our institutions with robust security measures, which no one thinks will actually defeat anti-Semitism, but at least seeks to protect those inside those institutions from violence. Unfortunately, that tactic does little to protect Jews on the streets. A fourth tactic our communal organizations use to fight anti-Semitism is to try and exact apologies or even fines from anti-Semites to get them to retract their beliefs and get them in line. And while we like the sense of triumphalism when some offender actually does apologize, it seems that all we are doing is hacking off the heads of a hydra that regrows. Yet another tactic is the insistence by some that the best way to fight anti-Semitism is to be proud Jews. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for being proud of my Judaism, and I want you to be proud of your Judaism. But in the end, I don't want the motivation of our commitment to Jewishness to be dependent on anti-Semitism. Steadily, like a drumbeat, these tactics fail, demonstrating themselves to be not a strategy at all, and the statistics continue to show a rise in anti-Semitism. Perhaps, Yehuda suggests, we are too fixated on the idea that anti-Semitism is continuous throughout Jewish history, that like chronic fatigue, there is no effective strategy for combating the most persistent of hatreds. Instead, what should we do? We would do well to recall how we responded in another critical moment in American Jewish history. In 1915, Leo Frank, after being falsely accused of the murder of a teenage girl, was convicted and sentenced to death. When his sentence was commuted to life in prison, a group of men kidnapped him from prison and lynched him. In the aftermath, Jewish leaders formed what would become the ADL by building a relationship with law enforcement and the American legal and political establishment. The ADL recognized that the best strategy to keep American Jews safe over the long term was to embed in the police and criminal justice system the idea that anti-Semitism was their problem to defeat. These Jewish leaders flipped the script. Not only did they become insiders, they made anti-Semitism an anathema to America itself. We saw this at its best following the Tree of Life shooting in Pittsburgh. It was the low point in many ways of the American Jewish experience, but it was followed by a mourning process that was shared across the greater Pittsburgh community. The words of the Kaddish appeared above the fold of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. That is inconceivable at most times in Jewish oppression and persecution. It tells the story of when we are successful, when anti-Semitism is repudiated by the general public. It is the most likely indicator that we will collectively be safe in the long run. Yehuda Kurtzer goes on to write that a strategic plan to defeat anti-Semitism must be collectively embraced by American Jews. We must build on this earlier success and invest in the infrastructure of American democracy as the framework for Jewish thriving and surviving, and continue the historic relationship building that changed the Jews' position in America. It means more investment across partisan lines in relationships with local governments and law enforcement, using the imperfect definitions of anti-Semitism as they are intended, not for boundary policing, but to inform and help law enforcement to monitor and prevent violent extremism. It means supporting lawsuits and other creative legal strategies like Integrity First for America's groundbreaking efforts against the Unite the Right rally organizers, which stymie such movements in legal gridlock and can help bankrupt them. It means practicing the lost art of consensus Jewish collective politics, which recognizes that there must be some baseline agreement that anti-Semitism is a collective threat, even if the Jewish community is not unified in other ways. It means supporting institutions like the ADL, even as they remain imperfect or get stuck in some of the failed strategies we decreed above, right? Because they have the relationships with powerful current and would-be allies in the American political civic marketplace. And because they are fighting against anti-Semitism while trying to stay above the partisan fray. It means real education and relationship building with other ethnic and faith communities that is neither purely instrumental nor performative, so that we have the allies we need when we need them, and so that we can partner for our collective betterment. Right? I called my friend Pastor Jackson, right? And he apologized for not being in town so that he could bring his people to be with us this Shabbat. Most importantly, it means investing in the plodding and very unsexy work of supporting vibrant American democracy, free and fair elections, voting rights, the rule of law, peaceful transitions of power, because stable, liberal democracies have been the safest home for minorities, particularly Jews. This is not easy work. It's not work that we will see in a month, in 2 months, in 1 year or 2 years, right? But if we invest in that work, if we invest in those relationships, we will come to a time, right, when anti-Semitism will not be what it is today. Will it rear its ugly head again? Quite possibly, right? But if it does, maybe if we continue to invest in those relationships, right, then when it does, right, we'll be ready to be surrounded and loved by our community. We are going to turn back in our Sidurim to page 586. We're going to invite Jeff and Barbara Camp, who are celebrating their anniversary this coming week, to open our ark. We invite, as the ark is open, we invite the congregation to please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר היה אדוני מלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו שמו אחד.
We turn our thoughts to those who are no longer with us, those who have left us with the gift of memory. The Shabbat, we remember Audrey Bart, who died over the past 30 days, for whom we are observing Shloshim. We remember these, the yortzites of our congregants, loved ones, whom we've commemorated over this past week. Sylvia Altman, Jerry Balbett, Ada Barnett, Charles Barnett, Eva Bloom, Dolores K. Book, Belle Korn, Jean Dreyfus, Ida Engel, Molly Friedman, Harry Gordon, Randolph Greenhouse, Murray Greenwald, Leon Hollander, Aaron Al Hollander, Herta Eels, Louis Cantor, Max Kromsky, Trudy Kuttner, Hilda Cordovi Levy, Brandon Merritt, Irving Miller, Adam R. Mollett, Ruth Morrison, Suleim Sam Rock, Joseph Rappaport, Esther Robinson, Celia Solomon, and all those whose yortzites are remembered on our permanent memorial plaques here in the sanctuary who are listed below. We invite the congregation to rise for Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach churutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'galau v'zman kari v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam olomei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudashah. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'am miran be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved. As together we say, Amen. May be seated. Once again, I want to wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom. Say thank you to all of our service sponsors, starting with Barbara and Jeff Camp, who are, depending on how you look at it, either are celebrating their 19th anniversary or their 4th anniversary because they got married on a leap year date. So how would you like to play it? Isn't it like some years, sometimes you just want to say, all right, 4 years, that's enough. And then you're like, wow, 19? Either way, all right, happy anniversary. Thank you to Brianna and Grant Schwartz, who we'll see in a few minutes. They sponsored in honor of their anniversary. Bonnie Bloom in memory of her grandmother Eva, Sage and Brian Cantor in memory of Sage's Omama Trudy Kuttner, Linda and Don Lokshin in memory of Irving Miller, Marty and Lynn Mendelson in memory of Lynn's father, Suleim Sam Rock, and Julia Saltpeter in memory of her aunt, Herta Eels. There's a number of things that are going on. We want to remind you that we are co-sponsoring, I guess, a group for parents of LGBTQ plus children. we invite you, if that is something that would be helpful to you, to respond to Susan Warwick. Susan Warwick will give you, we're not publicizing the link, but if you contact an RSVP to Susan, she will send you the link. The next group is on February 27th. We have another sisterhood event, Cabby event, that's on March 1st at 2 to 7 p.m. The information is there. This coming week, on Thursday, we are co-sponsoring with the American Society of Yad Vashem, a speaker, Stephen Burke. I've mentioned this before. Stephen Burke is Professor Stephen Burke, is a professor of Holocaust and Jewish Studies at Union College, near where I used to live in Albany, and heard him many times. He is a very engaging speaker. I encourage you to hear him. He is really a wonderful speaker. I'm sorry I will not be in town for that. But that's here on Thursday at 7 p.m. We have coming up our Purim celebration. So not this coming Monday, but next Monday, 6 o'clock, starting at March 6th at 6 p.m., that we're going to be doing Megillah reading with a live illustration of the Megillah right here in front of you. I can tell you that the Megillah is 3 feet tall and will be 16 feet long. So come dress in costume. We'll have some singing and our Megillah reading. And then for $5, you can't even get a hamburger these days for $5. For $5 a person, you can stay for pizza and salad and hamantash. And we really would appreciate if you RSVP'd in advance. RSVP means respond, s'il vous plaît, please. So RSVP. And then, oh, wait. All right, we got one more, and that is on Wednesday, March 8th. We are co-sponsoring with the Marge ACC in their Meet the Author series. The postmistress of Paris, Meg Waite-Clayton, is going to be speaking, and that is Wednesday, March 8th at 7 p.m. If you want information on that, I think it's out in the lobby, or you can ask me. I think we are ready to conclude Olam Chesed Yibaneh. With love, we will build this world.
I will build this world from love. I will build this world from love. And you must build. And you must build this world from love.
Schwartz and any of their children who might want to join them on the bima. Not Carly, she's not invited at all. Okay. To come and join us for Kiddush and Motzi at the congregation. Come here, Tori. Come stand over here. What? Oh, wait. Rachel, you want to come up? Come on, Rachel. Bring your bear. Dog. Sorry, it's a dog. Okay. All right. Okay, you hold your challah. All right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ava u'v'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי באנו בחרת אותנו קידשת Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen.
Before we do Motzi, we've got a vegan challah, and I would be lying if I didn't tell you that underneath there's a small little hole. I don't know how it got there, but it's really good. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem ha'aretz. All right, you want me to take it so you can take a look? Way to go, Sydney. You've taken that with you. You're not allowed to take that with you. I get some of that. Yes. Yeah.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Why don't you take it and pass it around? Let people try it. Sydney, you did great. Go. Fantastic.
Conference on anti-Semitism. 4 intensive days. 13 hours a day. I didn't know what I was signing up for. I'm an idiot. And you know who's an even bigger idiot? John Hart.
No, sorry, you don't get any. We're going to chop it in half? Oh, well, nice to see you. How are you? Michael, how are you? Huh? My goodness. Okay, this is my present for today. Do I open it up? No, it just goes like this.
It's a project for you to have.
Okay. Oh, and then it becomes like a little pocket. Oh, it's a wallet. You know, I got to tell you, my wallet is looking a little, like falling apart here. So this is perfect. Okay. Okay, so I just have to do that. Fantastic. All right, I'm going to put this right here for the moment.